Come see me sometime when you got a book on it.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I call this meeting of June 2nd, 2026 to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The consent agenda includes 7 items. It was published and copies are available. If you'd like to discuss an item, it'll be moved to the regular agenda. Comments can be made at that time.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Commissioner Wright.
move to approve the consent agenda and authorize the chair to sign documents as required.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Our next item is to consider the agenda.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Commissioner.
I move to amend the agenda to add executive session concerning litigation under statute 16-4-405 subset 3.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Right, I would look for a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Madam Chair, so moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Item 4, announcements. Do you have any announcements this morning? All right. Item 5, public comments on matters not on the agenda. Do we have any comments? Okay. Actually, Clerk Thompson, do we have the sign-in sheet? Was there anything on that? Sorry, we'll check. Thank you. Item 6 is to consider resolution 2606. Okay, thank you, Deb. 052, setting the election judge's wages, mileage, and training per statute 22-8, 113, 114, 116. And I'll call on Edith Shaw Thompson, County Clerk.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Chairwoman and Board of Commissioners. Before you today is election judge wages, mileage, and training for a 2-year election cycle, 26 to 27. Involving Wyoming State Statute 22-8-116, which actually does say that it shall be set by the Board of Commissioners at the June meeting, and then stated on the notice sent to each nominee that we work with for election judges. So what this does is it mirrors all of our current salaries, current rates of pay, and the county attorney has reviewed it, HR has seen it, and it is ready to go for your consideration. Interestingly enough, between the 3 statutes, that also addresses mileage, and under one statute, they are paid the current rate of mileage after 10 miles, and then there are a different statute when they're coming for training, it's after 5 miles. So I don't know why the 2 statutes aren't in agreement, but therefore we listed them separately. It also addresses training, which is a flat rate for attending each judge's school. This is something that usually we just do in a minutes or budget meeting, but then reviewing what other counties have done, this is a great way to keep it organized and in one place, so it's very clear what the rate of pay is and how it's handled. So if you have any questions, I try to answer those.
Okay. Any questions for Ida?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
Clerk Thompson, this rate of pay, is it the same, more or less from 2 years ago?
It is the same.
Yeah.
Madam Chair, Thompson, how many people are we talking about total census?
That is in the next meeting at the budget time, but I do have a PR tab for you. And if it can be up to 200 total, but we're talking every type of board, from the canvas board, counting board, election day board. We're talking early voting room, the election office for the temporary people that are hired just for elections.
Madam Chair.
Yeah.
In briefly speaking with Deputy County Attorney, this is listed as a resolution, but the document itself does not have any resolution or whereas. So is there a different document that's going to be signed?
So Madam Chair, if you want to go to the next agenda item, I can get this photocopied of what's actually should have been in the book, the budget book. But yes, it is by resolution and has all the information on that. We can get this photocopied so that you can have a look so you know what you're approving. There are no whereases, so it just has the title. It says Resolution 2606-052. The next two lines are identical. The statutes are all the same. It does say at the bottom, otherwise it's identical. It just adds the resolution number at the top. That's the only change. So thank you for that, Commissioner Jennings. That is the only change, is the resolution number at the top. There are no whereases.
Do you folks need to see a copy of that, or are we good? Sorry. Are we good, knowing that there's a resolution number on the?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's up to the board.
Madam Chair,
Commissioner
I
Sutton.
move to approve and authorize the chairwoman to sign resolution 26-06-052, election judges, wages, mileage, and training.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Item 7 is to consider resolution 26-06041, Federal Forest Reserve and Secure Rural School Funds. Is Katie here? There she is. Morning, treasurers.
Well, Commissioners, good morning, Katie Harris, County Treasurer. On April 7th, 2026, the notice of intent to adopt resolution 26-06041 was approved. It was also published. No public comments regarding this resolution were received. The notice of intent announces the comment period and provides notice of public hearing. The resolution provides clear direction and establishes the standing apportionment for the Federal Forest Reserve and Secure Rural School Funds the county receives annually, if approved. Unless there are questions, I respectfully request adoption of resolution 26-06041.
Any questions for Katie? Right? Thank you. So this does require a public hearing, and I'll open that at 9:08. Do we have any comments from the public? Okay. Hearing none. I will close it at 9:08 and 30 seconds. And I would look for a motion.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Commissioner Jennings.
I move to adopt and authorize the chair to sign resolution 26-06-041, authorizing the use of funds received under Title III of the Federal Secure Rural Schools and Community Self-Determination Act, and providing for the apportionment and distribution of such funds in accordance with the Act and Wyoming statute.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Moving right along to item 8, consider request to prepay $200,000 from fiscal year 25-26 GPET account for new ambulance for Wyoming Regional EMS under the Emergency Medical Services Agreement. And I'll call on Cameron Duff, Administrative Director.
Madam Chair, Commissioners, good morning. The agreement that we have with Wyoming Regional Emergency Management Services requires us to pay $200,000 and the city $50,000 by August 31st, 2026 for a new ambulance. We are currently over in collections than anticipated by 325,000 in our GPEP from fiscal year 25-26. Rather than putting this into the budget for next year, we are permitted to prepay this. So what I'm asking for is to use part of that 325,000 in additional revenue, take 200,000 and pay the ambulance. That way it does not have to go into next year's budget.
Any questions for Cameron?
Madam Chair,
Yes, Commissioner Wright.
I move to approve the request to prepay $200,000 from the fiscal year 25-26 GPED account for a new ambulance for Wyoming Regional EMS under the Emergency Medical Services Agreement.
Second.
Any motion and a second? Any other discussion?
Madam Chair, I think it just makes sense.
Yeah, nice to have it taken care of. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Item 9, consider resolution 26-06053, proposition for continuance of the general purpose excise tax. The optional one said sales and use tax, and I'll call on Cameron Duff.
Madam Chair, Commissioners, this resolution is dealing with the general purpose excise tax. As per statute, we needed to have 50% of the municipalities approve a resolution before it could come to you. All 4 communities did pass a resolution to put this back onto the ballot for November of 2026. The draft version of the resolution has been approved by the Deputy County Attorney. A draft letter is also included in your packet. This would be sent to the county clerk, stating what the wording of that ballot measure would be. And at this point, I just stand for any questions.
Any questions for Cameron? Okay. I would look for a motion.
Madam Chair,
Yeah, Commissioner Wright.
move to adopt and authorize the chair to sign resolution 26-06-053, ballot proposition for continuance of the general purpose excise tax.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion?
Madam Chair,
Yes, Commissioner
I
Jen?
would like to make an amendment, as I did with the lodging tax, to remove the first whereas, because I believe it kind of puts our thumb on the scale. I'm in favor of putting it on the ballot, absolutely. I just don't want us putting that under there.
Madam Chair, I would agree with that because what it does. is
If you agree with it, first, before we discuss it, you need to second it.
it
She
is-
made an amendment. Nobody
Oh,
seconded
that's
it.
right.
Nobody seconded
it. Seconded
I will
the
second
amendment.
that.
Okay,
Okay.
now we
thank
can
you.
have discussion.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
thank
right.
you.
Sorry about that. But I would agree that I think that would, it should not be, that person that should not be in there because maybe some of the county commissioners would not support the optional 1%. And so I think it's a good idea to take that sentence out of this resolution.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Commissioner Settle.
if you look at the resolutions that came from the municipalities that came to us, all of them started with a whereas, and the word unanimously support was in those from all the municipalities that we got. We already amended the resolution to take out unanimously and just say support. And I would say that as county commissioners, one of the major funding sources that our municipalities, our smaller municipalities in our counties get, and Mayor Clark is sitting here in the front row, but this money is a lifeline for them. And if this money goes away, it's a real issue. And so I certainly support it. Maybe some other commissioners don't support it, but I would vote against the amendment because I would like to do this, but we support it in there.
Madam Chair,
Yeah,
just to, beat a dead horse, to reiterate Commissioner Siddle's comments about these smaller communities in our county absolutely depend on this for their survival. I as well will be against the amendment.
Madam Chair,
yes, Commissioner Jennings.
I want to clarify that I'm not against this going to the people. I think it should go to the people, and if they decide that this is what they want for their communities, That's what it should be. But we should remain neutral in how we put this to the people. Anytime we say we're putting the power of the Board of County Commissioners behind what we think the people should vote, and I don't agree with that. We should be neutral.
Okay. All right. We're voting on the amendment. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Aye.
Motion fails. I'd like to vote on the original motion. Second, please, to pass the resolution. Any other discussion?
Madam Chair, as it's not been amended, I can't go forward with this because we are putting our thumb on the scale. I'll be enough.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I
Yes.
think Commissioner Jennings thinks that we are way more powerful than we actually are. So I'll just leave it at that.
All right. All those in favor of the resolution, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 10, consider 25 EMPG SHE GCF 25 grant award agreement between the Wyoming Office of Homeland Security and Sheridan County. And I'll call on Jesse House, Emergency Management Coordinator.
Morning, Chairman and Commissioners. I did not come up with that name, just to say.
Okay, good.
That's definitely a federal government thing, for sure. This award agreement is to assist with paying for $49,200 in salaries, benefits, and travel expenses related to my position as the Emergency Management Coordinator. It's an agreement between us and Homeland Security to pass those funds on to the local governments for assistance in paying both salaries and benefits. Stand for any questions, but I request that you approve this agreement, please.
Any questions for Jesse?
Madam Chair,
Yeah.
I
Commissioner
move to
Sale.
approve and authorize the chairman to sign documents required for the 25 EMPG SHE GC 25 grant award agreement between Wyoming Office of Homeland Security and Sheridan County.
Second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 11 is to consider the MOU between Sheridan County Emergency Management and Sheridan County School District Number 2. I'll call on Jesse again.
This agreement or memorandum of understanding just codifies what we've discussed and agreed to for many, many years in relation to emergency management and School District 2 in regards to any declared emergency or disaster in coordinating responses, sheltering, and other needs that the county and the citizens may have as a direct result of any type of emergency that takes place. So I respectfully request that you sign this agreement. Stand for any questions.
Any questions for Jesse? Okay, hearing none, I look for motion.
Chair,
Yes, Commissioner Jennings.
I move to approve and authorize the chair to sign the MOU between Sheridan County Emergency Management and Sheridan County School District Number 2.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Jesse, appreciate it. Item 12 is to consider the lease agreement between Sheridan County and AR Inc. Incorporated, Robert Gill, Airport Manager.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Robert Gill, Sheridan County Airport Manager. This lease agreement provides for approximately 12 square feet of floor space in the mechanical room of the airport terminal building for aeronautical radio equipment cabinet, along with additional rooftop space for associated antennas. The equipment will support radio communication serving the aviation industry. Under the agreement, AR Inc. may install, operate, maintain, and store the communication equipment necessary for its business operations. The primary purpose of this installation is to support an ACAR system. ACARs are aircraft communication addressing and reporting system, is a digital communication system used in aviation to transmit short messages between aircraft and ground stations. Airlines and flight flight crews use the system to send information such as flight plans, weather updates, maintenance data, gate assignments, and other routing operation messages. AR Inc. has been contracted by United Airlines to install and manage this system. The agreement has an initial term of 12 months and will automatically renew annually for up to 20 years. Either party may terminate the agreement with 90 days notice. The lease rate is $150 a month with a 2% annual increase. Therefore, I respectfully recommend that the Sheridan Board of County Commissioners approve the lease agreement between Sheridan County and AR Inc. Incorporated. I would stand for any questions.
Any questions for Robert?
Madam Chair,
Great.
I move to approve and authorize the chair to sign the lease agreement between Sheridan County and AR Inc. Incorporated.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion?
Madam Chair,
Oh, yes, sir.
just seems like it's a
Yeah.
pretty good deal to me. If we can lease 12 square feet for $150 a month, let's try and lease a little bit more. Yeah.
Madam Chair, I think
Yeah.
that the paper would cover as much room as that. Time when I was looking at it, it's about, holy cow.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Robert. Item 13 is to consider the Sheridan County license agreement 2612 LA with Powder River Energy Corporation for board crossing installation of underground single-phase conductor at County Road 195, AKA Plum Creek Road, for a fee of $163.25. And I'll call on Ken Muller, County Engineer.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The title pretty much explained the whole thing. So, if you have any specific questions about it, I can try to answer.
Any questions for Ken? Pretty straightforward.
Madam Chair,
Yeah, Commissioner Arce.
I move to approve and authorize the chair to sign Sheridan County license agreement 2612 LA with Powder River Energy Corporation for board crossing installation of underground single-phase conductor at County Road 195, AKA Coal Creek Road.
Second.
Holly got you.
Should be.
Slide it back down there. All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Item 14. Da, da, da. This is item B 26002, the Ziegler lot size variance, and I'll call on Mark Reed, County Planner.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. Mark Reed, County Planner. We have before you is the application from William and Margaret Ziegler, who applied for variance from the minimum lot area zoning standard for the reduction of an approximate 8.46 acre parcel to 7.65 acres in the A agricultural district. The subject parcel is described as Lot 2, Wilson subdivision, and is addressed as 470 Upper Prairie Dog Road. Should the application be approved, approximate net 0.81 acres would be conveyed to the adjacent Musqueam 19.23 acre parcel to accommodate what is known as a boundary line adjustment, thereby increasing its area to 20.05 acres. The subject zoning standards are section 7.2, which states, providing that no lot area shall be reduced or diminished except in conformity with the regulations established for the district in which located, and also section 10B, which establishes the minimum lot area for dwelling unit in the ag district of 80 acres. Just a little background, the applicant wishes to reduce this area as noted. Conveying that 8.81 acres to the neighbors. The variant objective of the proposed variance is to jointly establish more manageable parcels based on physical attributes, including grazing and fencing patterns associated with the land. The subject parcel was created prior to the county adoption of zoning rules in 1985, when there was no required minimum lot area. There's no new net buildable parcels created as a consequence of the variance, nor by the proposed boundary line adjustment. If the variance was approved, adjustment of the parcel boundaries would not result in any violation of other county ordinance standards. Cutting to the Planning Commission's recommendation on May 7, 2026. The Sheridan County Planning and Zoning Commission voted 4-0 to recommend approval of item V 26002 Ziegler lot size variance to reduce an approximately 8.46 acre parcel to 7.65 acres in the A agricultural district with the following condition. That proper documentation is provided to the county as per the rules and regulations governing division of land in Sheridan County, Wyoming for the proposed boundary line adjustment. That's all I have, Madam Chair. Any questions I'm trying to answer?
Any questions for Mark? This requires a public hearing, so I will open that at 9:25. Do we have any comments from the public? Pretty straightforward. Right. Hearing none, I will close public hearing. I'm gonna call it
Chair.
9:20. Oh, yes.
Sorry,
Commissioner
go
Jenny.
ahead.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
let you finish.
That's all right. You're
Too
gonna get me to
fast.
9:26. It's okay. We'll close it at 9:26. Commissioner Jennings.
Madam Chair, I move to approve item V 26002 Ziegler lot size variance with the one condition as recommended by the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Go through that and its phone goes off.
All right.
My neighbor, you want.
Fellow worker.
Yeah. I'm gonna start switching events right now.
I want to thank you all for your time. That was for us, and appreciate it straightening out the fence. The creek has changed and half of it's down the creek. And anyway, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here this morning. All right. Item 15 is to consider item CU-26-001, Alley Needlework CUP. I'll call Mark Reed again.
Thank you again, Madam Chair, members of the board, Mark Reed, County Planner. Jennifer Alley has applied for a conditional use permit to operate as a retail and online business. 2,352 square foot building catering to needlework needs located at the intersection of State Highway 331 and County Road 87. Business site would occupy a portion of an 0.87 acre parcel along with existing residence, which is zone A agricultural. Not sure if I have a whole lot to offer here. I had the opportunity to see our staff report. I'm not going to go into the TDM. I just got to the Planning Commission's recommendation on May 7th, 2026. The Sheridan County Planning and Zoning Commission voted 4-0 to recommend approval of item CU 26001, Alley Needlework CUP to operate a retail and online business from a 2,352 square foot building catering to needlework needs as per the submitted application, plans, details with the following conditions. Number one, that only fully shielded cutoff lighting fixtures relative to the business may be used for exterior lighting that minimizes glare to passing motorists or neighboring properties. Number two, that business-related equipment, supplies, and materials and waste be fully enclosed within the existing structure of containers. Number three, the proposed signage be limited to that specified in the application. Number four, that any necessary YDOT approvals for highway access or signage be secured. And number five, that if the type of occupancy being proposed falls within the scope of the International Building Code as adopted by Sheridan County, any new structures, future structure modifications, or additions will require Sheridan County building permits. Future structures, modifications, additions may also require new CUP. That's all I have, Madam Chair. Any questions if you're happy to answer, exclude the applicants or President.
Any questions for Mark? Not, I will get this public hearing started at 9:29. Have any comments, questions from the public on this one? Goodness, quiet crowd today. All right, I'm going to close the public hearing at 9:29 and 30 seconds. And look for a motion.
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Arce.
I move to approve item CU 26-001, alley needlework CUP with 5 conditions as recommended by the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I just think this is a great thing to bring in a small business on that area. So if this goes through, congratulations.
All right. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Yeah. Item 16, consider item CD 26001, Deeds Legacy Home Subdivision. Mr. Reed.
Madam Chair, members of the board, have a brief, Ash Investments LLC has applied for a subdivision permit located in the noted section township range on 80.92 acre property adjacent to State Highway 338, Becker Road, which is zoned agricultural. The applicant proposes the creation of 4 residential lots and 2 conservation lots from currently unplatted area 3.5 miles northeast of the city of Sheridan. These 4 lots, as you'll see on plats, are located towards the front of the property, parallel to the highway. The south portion of the property is the principal conservation area. Been working with Ashes on this one for a pretty good time, and they believe they've done a very good job in putting this proposal together. Planning and Zoning Commission provided a recommendation on May 7, 2026, voted 4-0 to recommend approval of item CD 26001, East Legacy Home Subdivision, with the following 2 conditions. Number 1, that prior to or coterminous with execution of the final plat by the board, that both the declaration of covenants and the deed restrictions and management plan for conservation lots A and B, defining maintenance of Deeds Drive and acceptable acts and uses of the conservation lots be executed and recorded by the applicant with the county clerk. And condition number 2, and prior to execution of the final plat by the board, that the entirety of Deeds Drive be constructed and certified by a professional engineer as per the plans and specs dated March 9, 2026, prepared by Christian Vanderhoff, professional engineer. All I have, Madam Chair. Any questions? I'll try to answer.
Madam Chair,
Commissioners.
do we have, is Christian here? Vanderhoff, is he here in the audience?
Ashes are here.
Madam Chair, I don't know that he is. I believe the applicants are present though.
I guess I was just curious of what he recommended as far as the road being, as far as, I was just a little curious about that, if they're gonna be able to satisfy that without any trouble.
I believe the plan is to go ahead and clean up the existing road that's there, and then also to bring in road base material if it's CAT specs. So what's there right now is Astoria base, which will become, I guess, sub base, and then on top that with a typical aggregate surface.
Okay, thank you.
All right, this requires a public hearing, and I'll open that at 9:33. Do we have any other questions for the applicants or any comments from the public? Okay. I'm going to close the public hearing at 9:34 and look for a motion.
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Siddle.
I move to approve item CD 26-001, Deeds Legacy Home Subdivision with the 2 conditions as recommended by the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion?
Madam Chair, I'd just like to, I'm always very protective of agricultural property, but the one thing I'd say about this area, first of all, is this is agricultural property under the sense of the word that it's kind of rough pasture land at the best in terms of what it is. I went out there and looked at the site, and you know, it's not like it's nice irrigated hay meadows, plus they're leaving a whole lot of it in the conservation easement. And so this is the kind of developments and in the area where I certainly would support this kind of a development.
Any other discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Moving on to item 17. This is PD 26001, the Coltisca Parcel Division. Paul and Mark Reed.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board, Mark Reed, county planner. Travis and Mandy from Coltisca have applied for a subdivision permit, for a subdivision located on Metz Road, County Road 62. It's 31.5 acres roughly, zone RR with residential. That encloses the establishment of 2 new lots. Since this property has been in existence prior to certain date, I can't tell you that date is in time, they are eligible to go to what is known as a parcel division, which is a simpler subdivision process, I guess if you want to call it that. I know there's a lot of detail in it, you'll probably disagree with me, but the process does not include the planning commission's involvement, so it comes straight to the county commissioners. Staff's reviewed this and we recommend approval of PD 26001, Coltisca Parcel Division, with the following condition, that a county driveway permit be approved to proposed lot 2. They have made application for that, and pending your action, engineering folks will give it a blessing, I'm sure. That's not all I have, it's pretty simple.
Questions for Mark? This one also requires a public hearing that I will open up at 9:36. It's a painful process today. Any comments from the public? Okay. All right, I'm going to close it at 9:37 and look for a motion.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Commissioner Wright.
move to approve item PD 26-001, Coltisca Parcel Division, with the one condition as recommended by staff.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for your attention.
All right. Item 18, consider approval of Interstate Engineering as the consultant for the joint planning area plan update with the city of Sheridan. And I'm actually going to call on Mark Reed. We also have Kelly Schroeder with us this morning, city planner. Yeah, Mark, if you just want to kind of give us high level
A little
on
bit
this.
of background, sure.
Yeah, please.
So as the board, I'm sure is aware, that we entered into an agreement with the city of Sheridan to participate in updating what is known as the JPA, Joint Planning Area, which is the area that surrounds the city of Sheridan, looking at a variety of topics, land use, transportation, utilities, et cetera. The city has conducted a request for qualifications process, received 5 very good proposals from various firms. And the committee that has considered these has recommended the firm of Interstate Engineering, which is has local representation here in Sheridan. And they want to team with a couple of other professional firms, one being Orion, which was our last contractor when we did the comprehensive plan for the entire county. Very well qualified and respected. And also Dow, which is an engineering firm that is extremely knowledgeable in terms of infrastructure, extension, water, utilities, sewer, et cetera. So I believe that committee's choice was in my opinion, a good choice. And so, yeah, so that's where we're at with it. So part of our agreement with the city is approval of the firm. So again, the city will be the entity under contract to do the administration, contract, et cetera. We're involved throughout the process, however, involved in the various public engagement processes that will be involved in, or you can probably see in the scope of work if you had a chance to review that. So anyway, that's about all I have on it. And so, Kelly?
Any questions for Mark? Anything to add, Kelly? I really don't. Yeah, okay. If there's no other questions, I would look for a motion to approve the consultant for the JPA.
Madam Chair, I
Commissioner
move to approve Interstate Engineering as consultant for the JPA plan update with the city of Sheridan.
Seconded.
Motion is second. Any discussion? I'm excited to get going on it. Commissioner Jennings?
Yeah, Madam Chair, I'll be a no on this, as I go through this. Almost 200, it's talking about an agreement not to exceed $200,000. And I understand the county will only have a portion of that, but $200,000 for an approximately 50-page update document. I think it's excessive, so I'll be a no.
Madam Chair, I would, having been part of this committee, just say that that is to not exceed that money. That hasn't been a bid received yet. After we pick the person, then there can be a discussion as to what the contract would be. There hasn't been a contract signed yet in terms of the amount. And I think that this city-county joint planning area is very essential, and that we've talked very much about trying to update our comprehensive plan. This goes into the updating of our comprehensive plan. And one of the most major topics we ever hear as a board is land use decisions. And I think that this is money very, very well spent, trying to make sure that we are up to date and current and understand what's going on with all of our land use decisions.
Yeah, I would just add, I think from 2020 to 2025, the county's seen a 7.5% increase in population. And I think it's just really critical that we stay ahead of it in terms of planning and working with the city on what we want that to look like. So I will be voting in favor of it. Any other discussion?
I do have a question. Are the results of this study going to actually be incorporated into the county plan that we're coming up with?
Well, go ahead, Mark.
It would be, yeah, certainly it'd be a situation where this portion, our county plan is going to take care of in this urban fringe area. So if the county chooses to adopt a plan or approve a plan in hand, that will be the comprehensive plan for this area. So where the two merge, I would imagine, they're going to be consistent. Yeah, now, the answer, I guess, is yes, it will be a comprehensive plan for this particular area.
Okay, Madam Chair, what I'm getting at is, are we going to be paying double for the same information? That's what I'm concerned about.
This is exclusive just to this area right here.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Our last item is executive session.
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Simmons.
I move that we move into executive session under statute 16-4-405, subset 3.
Motion. I'll get you again. So motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, guys. Yeah, yep, got it.
I have 2 videos.
Promotion.
Madam Chair, I move that we move from executive back to regular session.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. And we are adjourned at 10:11.